This week on eFIXX, Joe finds the studio, eFIXX trends on the YouTube homepage, the race we've been waiting for, it's Speede II versus the screwdriver, and I cut some holes in some wood.
Hello and welcome to the live stream, and it's an exciting evening tonight, not just because there's a race, not just because we're giving away tons of prizes there at the front desk, and certainly not just because we've got Joe with us as well.
Hello, it's good to see you. Yes, that's my older, better-looking, more intelligent, taller brother. So yeah.
It's not me, by the way. It's the one on the screen at the back there.
Always living in his shadow, but there we go.
With that in mind, tonight's safe word is Richard Osman. So if we have any sound problems, so you can't see us, or something goes catastrophically wrong, just put Richard Osman in the chat, and we'll pick up on it.
Absolutely.
And with three of us on, hopefully we'll be able to get to some of that chat this evening as well. So please make sure you leave the comments. You will be slightly behind us, so if the sound does fail, we're going to take about 60 seconds to catch up with you. So bear with us. Okay, with that in mind, we always start off. We call it the news. You call it
Rumours.
Okay, so let's go with the rumours then, please.
Yeah, so this week's rumour is that by 2030, the whole country is going to be powered by wind.
Well, I'm going to have to stop you there, Gordon, because that was the news story as Gary reported it to us, which we're very excited about. But it's very close. Every home in the UK will be powered by wind power by 2030, which is, I believe, roughly a third of the UK's power requirement. Still a significant chunk, though.
Who did you hear that from, Joe?
That came from Mr. Johnson. Was the
that must be true.
Okay, yeah.
Power off
yeah.
wind, don't power off wind, power off wind.
Stay at home, use wind.
Yeah.
Don't stay at home, use wind.
I got to be honest, I'm just literally reading this off the BBC News website. So yeah, so
Marvellous. Well, that's from our resident fact checker.
Yes, and with news in mind and Joe with us, remember the news at Penn won't be on tonight, but you get a race tonight, but the news at Penn will be back, so make sure you check out live streams coming out in the future weeks to see the news at Penn again.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind then, so we've got rid of the rumours then, but it does introduce a new word the electrical industry has been hearing around producing electricity. Joe, where would you like to take that?
So the prosumer, yeah, is that what we're referring to there? Yes?
Yeah, we are.
Prosumer, yeah. So again, I think I mentioned in the news at Penn last time, it's not a professional consumer, which you might think. So it's here's a good word for you. It's a portmanteau of the words producer and consumer. So it's someone who generates their own electricity and also uses it as well.
So they could be unprofessional.
Yeah, absolutely. They could be complete amateurs, yeah, as I think most of them will be.
So, but that leads nicely into the two, doesn't it? That's probably where we're going. So if you closed your eyes and opened them in 10, 15 years' time, we're actually going to be producing more of our own electricity, maybe that's being used in your street, than we're actually going to be importing from the grid itself. So look out for more news at Penn, where Joe will keep us updated in the coming weeks and months.
We've got a Richard Osmond comment. Now, this is going to surprise you, Gary. Apparently, Gordon's mic doesn't seem to be on.
Oh, right,
which
okay.
I believe is a perennial problem for
Okay, oh, right, okay. So has he turned it on? If you haven't.
Yes, it's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
Okay.
Seeing them on there.
I think Gordon's just quiet.
Just being quiet.
Do you want to just plug in and see if you can hear for us? We've got a sound technician guy in today. He's from Australia. We call him Steve-O. So Steve-O's just going to check for us as well. So yeah, you sure you're on? So, okay, but thank you. We'll address that maybe in the interim period. So that's taking us up with the news. So we're now going to move into one of our first segments, which is prizes, isn't it? So Gordon, which prize would you like to give away first?
Well, you'll have to wait.
No, which one are we going to give away first?
He's over-eager, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's give the Crimp Fox away. So first prize goes to the... No?
Prizes is the best bit. We save the best bit to the end.
Right, okay.
Which keeps our viewers on. Yeah?
Okay.
So sorry about that, but yeah, we're not complete novices at this, are we?
But we've actually generated a list that suggests that people have won prizes, and that list is quite extensive, I would
and
suggest.
I've got it in front of me, actually. I've been very clever and photographed it and then emailed it to myself. So it's,
All right. Yeah, we don't have any of this normally, do we?
see why I was brought in this week. Yeah. So yeah, I've got the list in front of me, and there's some new names on there and some familiar names. So we're looking.
Ooh, some old favourites on there. I would suggest Social Star might be an old favourite as well. So that takes us up to what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to, at some point, I think we're going to do a race. I think we're going to build up towards a race. We've obviously got some prizes to give away. But as always, probably my favourite section is the old joinery workshop. Have you been, Gordon, using the saws and woods around this workshop?
Yeah, I have, Gary, and yes, we've had a delivery of more wood.
Okay, you can't get enough wood, I heard.
Well, there's another, yet another set of engineered joists turned up at the unit.
Right.
And yeah, so I'm working on a new series. I've had the new drill out. We've got a new drill.
Yeah, I noticed I never saw that when I got the new fan.
Yep, that's been. No, you didn't get that with a fan. We've got the fan. We've had the drill for a while.
And what's that you're building there, Gordon? That looks like a giant Connect 4 board that you've got going on.
Ah, well, this is for the Great British Dim-Off.
Sorry, hang on. So, whoa. Mary Berry, we got a Great British Dim-Off.
Sorry, Mary Berry?
Whatever her name is.
Mary Berry.
Mary Berry.
Mary Berry.
I'd just like to say, for my credibility, I've never watched anything with bakery in it. Yeah, so okay, so Mary Berry. Yeah, okay,
Berry,
yeah. So we're doing a version of that. So one of us is going to have to dress up as some very old person who thinks they've got some knowledge around a subject area, maybe on lighting, probably got very wrinkled prune-like skin, and we were thinking which one of the team was going to have to come up with that role, and we scratched our heads for a while. We looked around at what we had in the cast of 3 and eventually settled on Gordon being the host of the Great British Dim-Off, I suggest.
Oh, well, thanks for that, Gary.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might pronounce the name wrong, but you got another character.
Mary Berry.
Well, you watch it, yeah.
You're way behind on your Bake Off.
I wouldn't know because I've never watched an episode of it. Okay.
He's going to go for the Noel Fielding look. I think he's going to get very, go for the long
Tell you
hair
what, John,
look.
next time we're having cakes and things, since Gary clearly doesn't like cake.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so he doesn't bake off.
I don't
But he
bake
certainly
cakes.
eats
I
some
don't
of
bake
them,
cakes. I don't bake cakes, no. Yeah, I don't make cars, but I drive one. Yeah, where does the list end of things that I don't make and use? Okay, so with that in mind, then let's have a little bit more detail. If we're going into a Great British Dim-Off, that sounds like a substantial video that we're going to put together. And if I look above my head, so I'll come onto this cam, I can see what my good friend would call the acne of the ceiling. So Ray Maloney would be probably not happy at this moment in time. Why have you created the acne of the ceiling, Gordon?
He'd be a guest. So we're looking at different LED lamps and how they perform with dimmers, and just seeing if there's any compatibility issues still out there. I know there's a bit of a problem in the past, but yeah, we're going to give a really good going over all those LED lamps and see if we can find some star performers.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we don't know which one's going to be the best, and we're going to almost have an investigation into seeing which lamp will perform best under certain conditions. Is that true?
That's it.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm looking forward to
I
that.
did get a chance to use our brand new drill.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with that drill, aren't you?
I am
Gordon?
obsessed with that drill. This is just like a
absolutely
new
love that.
world. We're using Gary's legacy drill, which are one of those old ones. You have to press your chest in and turn around like that. But actually moving on the
The old
battery power
bracing bit, yeah.
and the fantastic Mandrex also.
Thank you very much for watching, and good night.
The thing I love about this drill particularly, the 40-volt battery. It's
40 volt
I'm just wondering how long it's going to be till we get a 230-volt battery on the
Display,
bottom.
sorry.
Yeah.
So,
Digital display. There you go.
oh, right. Okay.
Don't know what it means.
No, neither do I, so that's all right. I don't know who's in the Great British Bake Off either, so it makes no difference to me. And what type of drill accessory there was it used inside there?
That was the Mandrex also.
Great video on the channel.
Yes.
Suggest you check that out. If you like things that save electricians time, you go over and check after the live stream, check out the Mandrex video. Have we had any more comments about Gordon's whispering voice, Joe?
No, apparently my mic is very quiet, and it was my own wife that alerted me to that. So thank you very much for pointing that out, my darling. I think it might be me that's being quiet.
Yes.
So I'm going to try and project a little bit more. Thanks for the feedback.
Okay. Otherwise, we could suggest it was pointless having him on, couldn't we? We could suggest that, can't we? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, totally pointless.
Another show I've never watched, by the way. Okay, so these people who get too much daytime TV, is the baking show in the day, or is that an evening
No,
show?
we're actually clashing with it now.
Wow, people stop in the evening to watch bakery shows. But we're not interested really in that. You're obviously interested in the prizes, so let's give some prizes away. Gordon, where do you want to start?
Would you have a word with him about the prizes?
Steady on the prize.
Okay.
That comes at the end.
But what I can promise you, everybody who receives a prize will also receive some lube. Yeah, so make sure you look out for your prize in the post, because you will be getting your own personal lubricant as well when coming through. Brilliant. So that takes us up to nicely where we're going to go next is we've had some lovely things come through the post for us this week. So we started our own sticker collection. Many of you have on Instagram, so that's fantastic. And we've had, who sent us a sticker in this week, Joe?
That would be David Crowder has sent us.
It's James.
James Crowder.
Okay.
I remembered the last name, not the first name.
Yeah, absolutely. Crushed that.
We had a deal and you just threw me under the bus there.
Absolutely, yes. And DJ Electrical Services, one popped in a post for us today, so thank you for him. We had some great time with Dan down in Portsmouth the other week. And Metal and
This
Modular
week
stickers,
on eFIXX.
always obviously on the actual accessory as well. And we'd like to thank them for for their support for all the benching and containment that we've got here, is it from Metal and Modulars. That's really good. So keep your stickers. We can send them out to you. You can send them to us. We're not great being, well, two guys in their 40s and one in their 60s. We're not great at doing the post, okay?
What mix of ages?
Well, you're not the 60s, so just calm yourself down there.
Not the 40s either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're going to have to see a birth certificate. So, when was your birthday?
It's the 19th.
Yeah, all right, okay. You never normally tells anyone that. Well, that's a first.
Didn't tell you the year, though.
Yeah, no. So, with that in mind, we'd love to have your stickers. So, you can get our address from where, Joe? Where can we get our address?
Our address?
For the unit where we're sitting now.
Well, I already know what it is, so
okay.
Where can they get the address from? That makes more sense. From our website, eFIXX.co.uk, go to the Contact Us page and you'll find it there. And if I was cleverer, then I'd be able to tell you what it is from memory, but I can't.
Yeah. It's Lineside Studios, Sidings Business Park, Skipton, BD23 1TB.
Okay, yeah.
He's a professional.
So people are finding us because we keep getting stickers turning up at the post. We'll fill the bench up there. The good thing is the sooner you get them in, the more videos you appear in, because we don't do many long angle shots. So yeah, if you're early, you'll be in all the videos. Great advertising.
That is really good, and we're pleased to see your interaction. And with that in mind, we'd love more guests to come up to see us at Lineside Studios, but by appointment only, and there'll be a trade-off. We'd love to see you, but there's one or two things we'd like you to do for us when you're here. So eventually you can appear in these live feed events as well. These live shows will have you in them. If you come and visit us, there'll be a small trade-off as well. So make sure you try and get up to see us at the studios as well. Appointment first. Just asked Eddie, who took 3 attempts to come and see us, didn't he, bless him?
He did, yeah. We don't want to be disappointed. Yeah.
So one of the reasons they joined us tonight, Gordon, was so they could see a race. So what did you have in mind?
Well, yeah, okay. We have a small challenge in the team, and it all comes down to this. It's the SpoonE. Now you had a go at SpoonE 1. And for the first time ever, yeah.
Because you normally like the old tech, don't you, Gaz? And we let you have the new tech for that one.
Absolutely love it.
And I beat you with the traditional screwdriver, I believe, if memory serves. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I've found a good use for SpoonE 1.
the SpoonE is...
It's not good with Ovaltine, because obviously it's that little bit thicker of a beverage. It can't actually spin the drink around. But a weak tea, it seems to be really good at. So,
as we say, this divides the team. So I thought I'd best put this to a challenge and build a little
I'm not having
rig.
that. I'm not having that.
No, well,
I'm not having that.
No, because in fairness, I beat you last time with the traditional tech. So
oh, you can keep that.
no, but this is the newer one.
I'll take
SpoonE 2.
I'll have a screwdriver.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
This is the upgraded version. I don't mind you using.
Oh, what does that ramp up to?
Step aside.
0.2 newtons.
We can sort this once and for all.
From the WoodFix workshop.
So look at this. I mean, look at the veneer on this plywood. I spent a lot of time on this, but I've built this little rig here that might test the, let's say, the SpoonE in its intended environment of the DIN rail terminal. Okay,
well, yeah, I mean, I like the way you love a veneer, because I think when you watch the Antiques Roadshow, you remember them being made originally. So it's more almost a look back in time for you in things in the 18th century. Yeah, okay, whichever wood veneer. So what are we going to do? Just explain what I've got to do.
So we've got 20 terminals plus the bus bars down the middle.
Right.
All you've got to do is put the conductors in and tighten them down.
So that's 30 screws altogether. You honestly?
No, 60.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Calculator.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
So if you want to use the SpoonE 2.
Well, when I'm finished, yeah. Okay, I'll stop and I'll help you finish, then we can have a go with your screwdriver.
Can it just let the record show? I've given him every opportunity to use the SpoonE 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's kick the intro music. Give us a chance to transition across, and it's time to take you on.
So folks, you join us here at Lineside Studios for the challenge we've all been waiting on. It's the SpoonE versus the screwdriver. This time it's a little change around because Gary has dropped his popular SpoonE 1 that he has found a use for, and he's opted for the traditional screwdriver. So in the red corner we have Gary Hayes. In the other red corner we have Joe Robinson, who has this new SpoonE 2. So let's cut straight to the action.
So next you've got your screwdriver ready, Gary.
Yes.
I'm going to grab my screwdriver, get that out, ready to go.
I've got a secret weapon as well.
Yeah.
I've got a pair of glasses, so I've got the power of vision. Okay, I'm ready to start when you are. Go.
Well, I've not even got my screwdriver out. So I've got to get mine all set up before I even start doing up the screws.
That's the problem with your one, isn't it?
You've not got to go in and forge your screwdriver, have you?
I'm already 2 ahead.
Okay. Right, get started on here. Okay, and There's no power, so I need to put the battery in.
Yep.
You've really stitched me up here again, haven't you?
Well, it's the screwdriver you wanted to choose. Mine just comes out of a toolbox and you use it straight away, so
Okay.
it doesn't go flat ever.
All right, I'll get mine set to max power for these terminals.
Not
so
sure
we'll
that
get
was meant to go in that
started.
one. We're not doing these in
Oh, that's
number
nice.
order, are we? At the end, you're going to tell me I've not ordered mine correctly.
Well, you just volume in, mate, and then we'll decide what we're going to do afterwards, yeah?
Make sure you get the right torque setting there, young man.
Oh, absolutely.
Torque's
yeah.
built into my elbow already.
I've got this set to the max setting for the terminals on
What's
the
that,
outside.
half a newton metre?
That's 1 newton. Then he lost it out my hand there. That was close.
Okay, well.
I'm glad Gordon was on the close-up for that embarrassing part. That's good. There we go. How many have you done now, G?
I've done one set, so I've done 10.
One whole set? You're on fire, my man. I reckon this is going to be close, you know?
It isn't, I'm tiring already.
Tiring, you're only doing screws up. More of a marathon than a sprint, this one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
okay. I used to like a marathon.
What's that in?
Not physically running one, just obviously eating one before they...
Oh, what's a marathon then?
Yes.
Is that like a
changed-
chocolate bar or something?
Yeah,
is
I
it?
changed it to Snickers. Yes.
Changed it to Snickers?
Yeah, yeah. No doubt you've used to an April fruit as well.
No, what?
Yeah. What else can we do on that?
I'm a bit-
Pesos. Remember those?
No, I was joking about the other ones, but I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about now. Right, here we go.
Well, we've got so many to do. I would have won if we'd have only had 10.
Oh, so you've switched from bottom to top there, I noticed. That's interesting.
It doesn't matter. They've all got to go in eventually, haven't they?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Have you nearly done a set?
Very nearly. Now, what's quite interesting about this
It better be interesting. Now you
rig
said
that
it. It's
you'll
got to be
notice here-
interesting now. You know you said that.
Well,
the audience are waiting for interesting. Let's go for Joe Robinson's interesting.
We know that people love to comment, don't they? They love to have a look at what's
Have an
going on in
opinion.
the video, and they love to comment on it. Now, I'm sure that we're going to get some comments on the slight gap that exists between the trunking on here. I don't
Oh,
know
right,
if,
okay.
if you
It
noticed
does look
that
like
yourself.
it's been through Joinery Workshop, I would
Yeah,
suggest.
we sent that over to eFIXX, our sister channel, to get that put together there. And very kindly, they left us some ventilation gaps there so that the cables don't overheat inside the trunking. Very clever. Very clever, I thought. Okay. How are you doing, guys? You onto your buzz bar yet?
Yeah, just finishing off. Just the first, that's it done. Not bothering with the second side, are we?
Yeah. And have you noticed what delicious treat awaits us sitting on the bench there?
I struggle with the word log and food.
Yeah, caramel log, yeah.
Yeah, it's all, I'll probably have a shoe bun after I've won. I can wander off to the fridge to pick it up.
It always makes me think it must be a mathematical snack, you know, it's like log to the base coconut equals caramel, something,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
along those lines.
And for those viewers with their education, yeah.
Very good.
I'm on my last set. What are you on?
I'll tell you what, this takes me back. I'm loving this.
What,
This is
using
nice.
the SpoonE,
Well,
the
you know,
tea stirrer of the electrical industry,
I
unless the tea's
truly wish.
half and half milk and coffee, milk, water, coffee. You
Well, it
probably
wouldn't be tea
stir
then. It wouldn't be tea then, would it, Gary?
wouldn't be
If it
stirring
was
it, would
half
it?
coffee, what would that be?
Well, that's what Gordon has. When you ask him for a drink, he says, you go, well, do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, I'll have a tea. Coffee, tea, coffee. Oh, right, is that a new beverage, is it?
Very good. Very good. Now, we should mention to the crowd that you attempted to have a little cheat earlier on in this
No, I didn't.
this race, didn't you, before we started off camera there?
No, it's not cheating.
Because we've got these little buzz bars to go in the top here, which I'm sure that you're probably already doing up as we speak, I would imagine. And you'd already done a couple of those screws up, hadn't you? So we decided to start those off not in at all. Okay. All right, now I'm going to change to the min setting now, because I'm doing these
Cool.
slightly
Will it
more
be able to
delicate
rotate itself
connections.
round with the power in it?
There we go. I'm not convinced that's gripping. Oh dear. I've stumbled, Gaz. You've got an option now.
If I only had 2 screwdrivers in my hand, I could do 2 at once.
That's interesting. Why is that not going in? I've got it upside down. Oh, there we go. Do you know what, Gaz? I reckon I've done you a favour there, my old mate. I reckon that's on you now. I reckon you could do this. I might have to start trying. There we go. How's your heartbeat doing there, mate? How's your pulse rate doing?
It's good.
Is it up a little bit?
Final bar to do and I'm done.
Blood pressure flying up a little bit?
Oh, you're flat, are you? You're flat. Mine's still
Oh
going.
dear. No, I think I was just not quite twisting it properly. You know, I am going to be checking that every single one of those is done up properly. Oh yeah, come have a look. Yeah. There we go.
3 to go. How many
How
you
are we
got?
doing there? No.
They're not as tight as I thought they were.
I'm not sure. I think I might have missed. Oh no, I've got it. There we go. Yeah, they're all in. Don't worry.
1 to go.
We all know who doesn't
You've got
cheat
2 to
here.
go.
I tell you what, this is going to be tight.
They ought to make push fit versions of
Assuming-
these. I would have won.
Assuming you're not lying, of course. There we go, and that's the last one done. I'm going to enjoy my caramel log.
I'm there. I've just got this one, I think.
Taste of that. Just that one. I'll give you a hand here, mate. I'll point out the ones you've not quite managed to do it. Yep.
Well, I've got to do it twice now. I've put them in once, and now I've got to go again. So again, screwdriver wins. Mine hasn't gone flat during the task.
Oh, I do have caramel log all over my board now.
Well, for those people who now will put the translation up, I would think on the screen, so you'll be able to understand what Joe's saying when he's got a mouthful of caramel log.
Just wondering what the environmental code is for caramel log in your electrical installation. Not sure what that is. AE, is it? I'm not sure.
Further investigation, I think. Nearly there. One more to go.
This is some good log.
Yeah, sorry. For all those people who don't speak caramel log, that was something. Yeah. Oh, that seems
was that
backed
cut on your
off.
finger before we started?
It isn't even powerful enough to move the tea around. Look at that. Look, absolutely. Look, it's just hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. You're going to have to operate that one by hand. I think we'll call that a win to me.
I think we're going to have to go over to the adjudicators, aren't we?
So, Gary, another crushing defeat.
It's an absolute joke. That screwdriver's still a joke. We've got no idea how tight they are. He's gone round with that egg whisk of a screwdriver in order to put the bar in and the connections. I want a second inquiry on those terminations. Are a joke.
Well, we'll see what Joe has to say about that, Gary. But how are you feeling generally after that race?
My wrist is absolutely burning. After about 11 of those, knowing that we had to do 60 connections, I was properly struggling there. But I powered through the pain to take, I think, the win. I think you agree that I won that one.
Not exactly. Let's see what Joe has to say about this. So, Joe, congratulations on the win.
You know, I actually just enjoy taking part. It's just a good fun day out, isn't it?
Oh, well, but Gary cast some dispersions about the torque settings of the terminals there. Is that something you'd like to comment on?
Well, yeah, it's great actually, because the SpoonE II, if you put it to max, does up to a torque of 1 Newton metre, which is perfect for the larger terminals. And on min, it does it to 0.4 Newton metres, which is perfect for the buzz bars. Though.
Okay, and your wrist generally feeling?
Now,
I'll be honest, I didn't even know I had wrists. Yeah, absolutely fine.
Well, there you go, folks. The conclusive evidence the SpoonE makes life easy for anybody who's taken on masses of the same terminal and wants to get them to the right torque.
How's your wrist, Gary? Are you right, mate? I've done it again, haven't I? You know, well, in fairness, someone's put a comment in here. London appliance testing. Let me just find his comment. Gary stitched up again, and then someone else has agreed stitch up. I deliberately let him choose, didn't I? I tried to get him to take the SpoonE II. He wasn't having any of it, was he?
You'll need it with that damaged wrist.
the SpoonE, available from Wiha.
No, just let me chip in here while you boys argue amongst
Chip
yourself.
away.
Chip away. Yeah, I was on the fence on this argument, but if you want an even easier way of wiring DIN rail terminals, let me introduce you to this.
Can we have a look at this before?
So what have we got here then, Gordon?
This is a screwless DIN rail terminal.
So no screwdriver required?
No screwdriver.
At all?
You just put them in.
Wow.
You can push them in. There you go. Look at that.
And how do you get them out then, Gordon?
So you have to use this tool here.
Hang on, I'm going to stop you there. So we just said screwless. What have you got there?
This is the Wago part number. Let's just get that catchy number, 210720. It's not actually a screwdriver.
Okay, what is it then?
This is a removal tool with a partially insulated shaft.
That looks a lot like a screwdriver to me.
But it's not a screwdriver. It's a removal tool. So there you go. Just remove it.
So can we just see you use your partially insulated shaft again for me there? So I didn't quite catch it then.
Yeah, you just
Okay, so
put the wire back in.
there you go. Yeah. So and then you insert your partially insulated shaft. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it just comes out.
There you go.
With the use of the screwdriver?
Well, yeah, with screwdriver.
It looks like a screwdriver, but it's probably about 10 times the price of a screwdriver.
Well, if you ever lose your removal tool, you can borrow mine. It's also got a partially insulated shaft, so that's all good.
Yeah. And
Comments?
someone did say in one of the comments that they didn't think this screwless technology was proven, and I can actually remember fitting one of these style terminals in 1999.
Oh wow! Round about your 60th birthday then.
Yeah,
fantastic.
before I was born.
Yeah. Oh. So let's pull it back then. So let's I've given the Speedy 1 or the SpoonE as I think somebody this evening's christened it.
Roy Cadge, who has made some great comments tonight.
Is Roy Cadge the Cadge that won the prize with the
fastest to do the competition. Yeah.
So well done, Roy. Thank you very much for your Twitter post, where unfortunately he's been overly using the lube from Ideal Industries and has taken about, I'd say, 20 years off himself. He could pass for his young son, I would imagine.
That's the age-reducing cream.
Yes, it is, which we don't recommend you use at home. So let's quantify what the Speedy II is used for. We know Speedy 1 is for stirring beverages, not in the Ovaltine range, because obviously Ovaltine would be a little bit too thick for it to move it around the cup. But actually, you said there it had a 1 Newton metre torque setting and a 0.4 Newton metre torque setting. Why are those so important to the dim rails that we did?
Because the main terminals were 1 Newton metre recommended tightness.
Right.
And the smaller buzz bar terminals across the middle, 0.4 Newton meters, so it's perfect for that.
So if you're doing lots of dim rail terminations, we believe as eFIXX, if you were using Speedy II, it would save electricians time?
Back when I was on site doing control panels for fire training simulators, that would have, when you bring all your control cables in, you maybe got, over 100 of those terminals to do.
Yeah.
That would have been grear.
So,
It'd save your wrist as well.
and just those, my wrist was on fire. I felt like a 14-year-old boy. I did. It was absolutely agony. But I powered through it. After 11 of them, it was burning. But we got there in the end. Okay, with that.
It doesn't do a lot of work, Gary. So clearly out of practice. Yeah, you're gonna have to use the special removal tool next time.
My partially insulated. What is it again? Partially
insulated shaft.
It's the partially insulated screwdriver. Yeah.
No, I think it said shaft on the thing that we got there. So I think we can clarify that Speedy II will save electricians time, and we like that at eFIXX. So well done to Wiha for bringing out a tool fit for purpose, along with SpoonE, which is fit for tea and coffee-based beverages. It doesn't even work when you twist it. What's wrong? Look.
I think the problem's somewhere between the screwdriver and the hand. I think
Something wrong with the mechanism operating it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Okay, so are we going to give any prizes away, and we're not going to bother? I think we've got some more chat, haven't we?
A couple of points that we really do need to bring up.
Okay.
We've had a very exciting week last week. What happened to us last week?
I had a week off.
You did have a week off, and that was very exciting.
There was no live stream last week.
And what else happened? That was a great day.
I had a week off.
There's something that happens whenever Gary's off. Something great happens to the channel. So he went on holiday, and the views. We had a best week ever on views. Yeah. Gary had last week off. We were YouTube creator on the rise.
We were indeed. We were indeed. It was fantastic.
That was an absolute honour as a team of 4 of us to pick up that. We've done just over 1.2 million views. We've taken it properly seriously for the last 14 months, haven't we? Yeah. Steadily putting out that content. Hopefully you're enjoying and interacting with. We have got at least 35 videos sitting in the back catalogue. Got a series of videos we haven't even released yet, and we're going into the Great British Dim Off as well. Yeah, so we'd like to.
Mr. Bean under those lights actually getting there.
Again, another person, I don't know who it is. Yeah, you'll be telling me it's Rowan Atkinson before I know it. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for YouTube for recognising that, and thank you very much for the support on Instagram and YouTube that we've had from everybody who's either watching tonight or has watched some other content in the past. Just a couple more bits I want to put in. He's here tonight, but he's been doing some fantastic CPDs, and we've got him fully booked between now and Christmas doing CPDs. Make sure you get over to eFIXX.co.uk under the know-how section, where you can pick up the 2 CPDs. What have we done first of all, Joe?
So far we've covered, I've forgotten the section number from the regs, which is not a great
just call
start.
it caravans.
Caravans, yeah, caravan and caravan park installations.
That's about the worst intro ever to a CPD.
Yeah, for a learning tool.
Tell it to people, Joe.
And if you want to know what section that is, head over and check out the
Good
CPD.
job you didn't give him one of the answers there.
I think I caught that.
Yeah. Well, nobody will know in the edit.
Yeah, it's all right.
So there's one on caravans, and then you followed it up quite quickly with one on?
With a domestic surge CPD, which is quite an exciting thing to have worked on. I learnt a lot doing that, and I hope that's useful because that was quite a.
And what regulation numbers did that cover?
It covered section 434 and 522.
There you go. So
a bit of a guess on those. I hope they're right.
Well, I think that was a bit of pointless.
Yeah, we have plenty of them this evening.
Back to him again.
So just Gordon, give me how much will it cost me when I go to eFIXX.co.uk? I go to the know-how section. Yeah. How much will it cost me to do each of those CPDs?
It'll cost you absolutely nothing apart from your time.
Okay, and they're CPD accredited.
Yeah.
So it's not a certificate from eFIXX team that you colour in your own free time. It's a proper CPD certificate. go, and can go in your record of achievement folder. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for them to go through the process to be sent out. Is that true?
If you pass, yeah, that's the one. So,
Well, yeah, our audience will, Gordon. Yeah, they'll pass. Okay. And how many attempts can you have?
you can have as many as you want. But there is a few tricks in there. The questions are randomised in the order they're answered as you go through again. So don't just think you can blast through, oh yeah, it's number A on that one. It's not necessarily so.
Okay, so again, a worthwhile tool. And I think that leads us nicely into the last one before we do the prizes. They're coming next. Is the eFIXX Apprentice Hub. Lots of people are retraining at the moment, or re-entering the electrical training world. Colleges have reopened, etc., or there's distance learning going on. So what would we like to offer up for help there, Joe?
That would be the Apprentice Hub over on eFIXX.co.uk, where you'll find lots of written content, downloads, and also lots and lots of practice questions for exams, which again we've laboriously put together.
Yeah, and if you're doing distance learning, I think I've put at least 20 handouts on there, and if there's answers to them, they're later on in the download, so you can be doing some personal tutorial stuff at home along with those downloads, and then you can answer questions, etc. So again, feel free to check that out. And how much is that going to cost them, Gordon?
That's free as well.
Okay, how much are the prizes then tonight? How much are they in charge for those?
They're free. Yeah, those are all. Yeah.
Give a lot of stuff away. This is not a great business model. I just want to mention it to you at this stage.
Give everything away.
Yeah. And one last thing before we do the prizes. Why is there 3 very good-looking younger gentlemen behind us on the wall?
Well, as someone said, well, we had, obviously, we start back in history, we were referred to that we looked a little bit like the 2 characters from the Muppets, Gary. Don't know why that was.
Waldorf and Statler.
Yes.
Well, just Joe's got, yeah.
My big brother.
Is your Coogan picture coming up next? You and Coogan?
No, we're not doing that. And then suddenly, this week, we're referred to Last of the Summer Wine.
Yeah. I'm wondering who's the smaller gentleman in there if we were going to go on a few years.
Well, you've got the green hats. That could be you, Gary. I think there's Joe with the glasses, and I must be the guy from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And which one was he out of Wallace and Gromit, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, he was Wallace.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well done.
I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah.
What was the last Wallace and Gromit film released?
It wasn't the wrong. It wasn't the Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
No, was it the bakery one? Was it the bakery?
Oh, back to bakery again, are we? Okay, so come on, let's give some prizes away, folks. I think we're
one more thing.
we're lurching.
One thing somebody spotted in our Crimp Fox video.
Do they get a prize for that?
Don't get yeah, I think we'll send them a prize of social.
He'll send them. So Joe's going to send out prizes this week.
Yeah, somebody recognised the car park in the background, which was from the 1971 film Get Carter.
Never seen it.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
A little bit before.
Classic northeastern film.
Yeah.
Joe went.
I used to get the bus just past that.
Yeah. So that's going out to David Glover, and me and Gary showed our relative ages earlier because Gary went, what was it? Danny's brother. That's what you said.
Danny Glover.
Yeah. Danny's brother, and I said, oh no, Donald's brother. So figure out which generation we belong to from those answers there.
No idea. Absolutely no idea who's on about. So just one thing for that though. Is that a YouTube comment?
That was a YouTube.
You're going to have to reach out to us as well, because obviously we've not got your details, like maybe if you've registered for the competition in a minute for prizes, and if you're on Instagram, we can reach out in reverse. YouTube doesn't allow that, so you're going to need to come come to us in order to claim your prize.
David Glover, please contact us via our normal social
Absolutely,
media.
and you've got lube if nothing else coming your way. Okay, so it's worth.
Everyone's got lube.
Everyone's got lube. Yeah. Okay. So we're only going to name one prize. The rest of the prizes that will come out will be randomised, just really to take the pressure off ourselves. So Crimp Fox. Let's start with the first place true, innit?
I can't remember what they were.
We're blokes of a certain age. We've got to try and allocate prizes to people. So somebody will get the Crimp Fox. We're going to name the Crimp Fox winner. We're going to do them first.
Yeah, absolutely. So winner of the Crimp Fox tool, a really excellent bit of kit that, really, really great. Paul Tipton. So well done to you, Paul. You're going to get the Crimp Fox crimper there.
And he won because he completed our online questions related to our live feed event in September. Yep. He got them all right and was randomly selected out of hundreds of people that had completed it. And he was randomly selected, not the first person to finish it, not the last person, he was randomly selected. And he's just won this evening, the Crimp Fox. And we will have his details, won't we? Because yes. So you will be getting it in the post sometimes between now and about April. Okay, when we get round to posting it.
So that's the top prize there that we've given away. Should we rattle through the others now?
Let's do some more.
Other winners include Vincent Blake, Gavin Smith, Daniel Cross, Derek Wilcox, and Jay Ansley. So you'll all be getting prizes, and those 6 were all
randomly selected
for completing the eFIXX live feed questions.
They were. So you'll be getting the Seco lights, maybe. You'll be getting Ideal Industries, definitely going to get the lube. You may be getting the draw-through tape. You may be getting the Hue lighting package from Philips, which is a fantastic price. You don't know what you're getting. What else have we got down there, folks? Oh, the seat. Someone's getting a seat. There's a seat on there, and there's a couple of lift-up screwdrivers. We've ordered 8, so 4 of us are getting one each, and there's 2 spare. Okay, yeah, the lift-up screwdrivers. Some of those prizes will be coming out to you with lube sometime between now and April when we get round to posting them. We've actually got a person in post, and we Steve-O in post, the Australian lad. Yeah, Steve-O. Steve-O, get the old post up. So they're all coming out to you. We also did a social start. So let's have a look at some of those social starts. We've seen a few of these before, so we just run them through. So we had some lovely posts on Instagram of different people's stories. And these flick through, and these are all great. And these are loyal followers of us on Insta as well. If you're not following us on Insta, I recommend you check us out on there, if only to see what me and Gordon are having to eat every day. And when we get to the last one's going to win a prize, and Joe will suggest that person as well. There it is. The last person to win a prize is this one. And why did he win it, Gordon?
I suppose we're now the occasional crimpers.
Yes.
As we refer to in the Crimp Fox. So the Crimp Fox is for people who are full-time crimpers. Probably what would go very well with a full-time crimper would be the SpoonE II. Unfortunately, that prize went last week, but we are sending out the Crimp Fox and not the SpoonE.
SpoonE, no.
Can I just name that chap? Yeah, who made that comment is Sparky Para, who spends a lot of time following us, which is great.
So that's rewarding a loyal follower of us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we know do we know what? Is he getting a random prize?
Yes.
Lube.
I think you're. It's probably.
It's got to run out sooner or later, hasn't it?
We've got loads of it. We've got a ridiculous amount of lube.
Just piled up
Yes.
back there.
Yeah.
Right, good.
So 2 more prizes.
2 more prizes for the best technical questions that we submitted to the ECA. So we submitted 2 questions, several questions. The best 2 that we picked. The first one I thought might be a bit of a spoof account, so we're going to find out if this person is real. This is David Avery, who submitted a great question for us. Relating to parallel conductors.
Not David Savoury.
David Savoury. I don't know if this is a David Avery spoof account. Maybe it's an alter ego. I don't know.
It's not Davo Savo then, is it?
I don't think so. We'll find out anyway. And the other one, again, regular commenter who asked a great question about 3-phase fuses, Daddy B. And again, I think I made this joke before, but I'll make it again. Not convinced that's the name that's on his birth certificate.
But you're going to have to reach out to us, unfortunately, because it's YouTube. We haven't got your details, so you're going to need to reach out to us in order that we can send them out. We haven't promised you anything at the minute, so it's going to be randomly selected from the prizes, so you won't be kicking yourself on what you missed out on, apart from you would have got lube. Okay, so hopefully you'll reach back to us and you'll be able to collect your prizes as well.
Sparky Power is on as well. So.
Okay, yes, he's always on. Yeah, okay, so fantastic. I think that's pretty much covered everything we want to cover this evening. Have we overshot as normal by time? Remember, the pub shut at 10 and we're now chewing into drinking time, which is a little bit of one of those. So, as always, we thank you for joining us on the live stream. We'll continue to persevere with the technology that brings it to you, and hopefully we'll get better at that as well. We're due back with another live feed event this month, so there'll be another one, another great opportunity to win some prizes. Interact with us on social media in order to get those prizes, as well as we'll be live streaming. We're going to try and live stream, pretty much, twice a month?
Yeah, at least twice a month.
At least twice a month, okay. We'll try.
Oh, we forgot to mention our supplier. Supplier for the last live feed.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yes. Is it a video you starred in again?
Yeah. No, I think you were in it as well.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's Gordon giving prizes out to friends. Yeah. Okay, so who's won your friend of the week prize this week?
Well, it's the one that's the secret of Gary's younger looking skill. It's Ideal Industries.
Oh, they've got to win it. I don't know why. How was it phrased? The actual line of the video. So if I was searching, what would I be searching for?
Does lube help?
Okay, so they got, I think, 10,000 views on that, and hopefully it solved the problem that if you install lubricant on cables in conduit systems, it does help. So there you go. So Ideal Industries win supplier of the live feed in September, and they will be receiving a composite plaque, won't they?
They will, yeah, composite plaque.
Do you mean plastic?
No, can't say plastic anymore. Remember, it's plastics a no-no. You can't even get cotton buds with plastics or straws away, so it's a composite. Yeah, so
eco-friendly.
Yeah.
But they were great. Their team got behind a video, they shared it out. They even shared a team in Canada is now. So even Canadians are learning about the benefits of lube.
And the age reduction.
From 2 English gentlemen, but they actually make the lube in Canada.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that's what I found out.
Well,
yes.
if we have to do a factory visit, I'm quite happy to drag myself out to Canada. Joe wasn't involved, so it'll just be the two
I
of us.
recommend Montreal in January.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd love it.
Perhaps we'll be able to pick up some ice hockey or something like that.
Just a nice little message. Greetings from Holland. We've got someone from Holland
Oh,
watching.
hopefully, hang on to the end. What's it name?
Dennis Hetterling.
Dennis, welcome. Okay, yeah, brilliant. Okay. We're just going to leave it running for a few seconds because what we found out before is when we hit stop, it actually cuts off the last 45 seconds. So in a minute, you're going to see us packing up. Okay, so here we go. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll hopefully see you a couple more times in the month of October. Look out on Instagram and eFIXX on our community tab to see when we're going live next. We had a great time, didn't we?
Yes, thanks for watching.